Hi everyone, how are you doing? So Manchester City 3, Newcastle United 1. This is the review, the main video. We're going to be looking at the lineups. We're going to be talking about the game. We'll hear from Rafa Benitez, the backroom team, and then we'll have a look at the league table as well. So let's crack on with it. Let's begin with the lineups first of all. Manchester City, we got 10 out of 11 correct. The only one we didn't, which is a slight surprise, was the Ukrainian fullback Zinchenko started ahead of Danilo. Apart from that, Manchester City's front five, we expected Fernandinho, the two centre-backs, the fullback, right-back, and the goalkeeper as well. Let's have a look at Newcastle. Now, Rafa Benitez went with 5 at the back. Darlow kept his place in goal. Manquillo surprisingly, I thought Yedlin would start. Lascelles, Clark, but then Hayden. We all thought Hayden would be playing in the defensive midfield role, but he dropped him to centre-back, and then Dummett at left-back. Shelvey and Diarmu were the two central midfielders. On the right was Murphy, on the left was Atsu. They swapped positions a couple of times. Hoslu up top, and obviously we've seen the likes of Perez come on later. We've seen Gale, we've seen Yedlin also. But just before the game begun, you know, I just want to pay my respects to Cyril Regis, who sadly passed away just a few days ago. Every single Premier League game showed their appreciation of the man. You know, he fought through horrible stuff in the 70s and 80s. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I've seen him play, because I haven't. I've seen his goals and so on. But what he did for what a lot of people say what he did, especially for young black men coming through for football, rightly so. So rest in peace, Cyril Regis. Older subscribers of the channel, you can tell us more in the comments box down below. Okay, so let's get on with the game. Sorry. So first half, there wasn't massive amount of action, to be fair. First of all, I just want to touch upon the offside goal. That was in the 18th minute, where it was the cross comes in from the left. Sterling is just fractionally offside, and it's the right call. He is offside from that moment. And then in the 34th minute, you've seen Fernandinho have a shot which was saved by Darlow. The player went on over towards the left flank about 30 seconds, 45 seconds later. De Bruyne was on the left. He moves it to his right foot. He clips it in. And then Aguero just gets in front of Kieran Clark to flick it into the net. When I see the replays, it doesn't look like he's hardly got a touch on it, but it's been credited to Aguero. 1-0 in the bottom of the corner, and frustration because Newcastle had defended so well, very similar to the home game, where we defended greatly, and then that slight lack of concentration. All it was Aguero just getting in front of Clark, and he flicked it in. And then De Bruyne shoots to the edge of the box, which Darlow just manages to keep out. And then we went into half-time, you know, thinking 1-0 down, it's not too bad, you know, we can still get something from this game. It was very similar to the one at St James's Park last month. Optimism was still high amongst many of the lads who I was with, and also many of the people who are on Twitter and Facebook and so on. But again, the second half didn't really start. There wasn't many chances in the second half. The penalty came as, like, Sterling went past Manquillo on that left flank inside the box, and it is soft, don't get me wrong, but Manquillo does touch him. If you touch him, for that someone who's that kind of frame, because Sterling's like 5'6", he must only weigh about 9 stone, goes down, and it is a penalty. It's soft, but it's a penalty. Aguero steps up. Darlow does guess the right way, but unfortunately can't keep it out. And then you thought, okay, that's curtains. You really, really did. We've seen Perez come on for Atsu. We've seen Yedlin come on for Manquillo. But we scored 66th minute, and it was an absolute fabulous counter-attacking goal, because we had to come out. It was a different style of formation by Newcastle, because it was earlier on in the first hour, we sat very deep. We let Manchester City have the ball, but after they scored their second, it was very much high pressing, forcing them into mistakes. And it was Manchester City were like, whoa, we haven't seen this, and it put them on a little bit of a back burner. And what a pass by Kieran Clark. What a pass that is. Set Jacob Murphy free. Zinchenko was probably sleeping a little bit, speaking from an experience. He's a young lad. Murphy goes through on goal, and hey, he doesn't half finish well. He just dinks it over the goalkeeper, and the lad's been on form. You know, I've been stressing for him to start. I wouldn't be too surprised if Richie found himself on the bench, which we didn't see actually Matt Ritchie play at all, but he took it really well. Great finish, and he's now, for me, cemented himself as our #1 right wing at the present moment. Matt Ritchie's got a lot of work to get back into the side. We've seen Aguero have a curler just go wide. We've seen Darlow's unreal save where Sané is just taking the mickey, and he crosses low. And then there's there's Sterling side foot, and Darlow somehow gets right down and palms it on the outside of the post. Absolutely unreal save. Fantastic. But Newcastle was still trying to get the equaliser. We've seen Edison all over the place when Diarmu was bursting, trying to bulldoze his way through, and Edison was passing the ball out with Perez, and it was blocked. The game started to liven up, you know. And then we've seen Gale come on for Hoslu. Didn't really see much action from Dwight Gale, to be fair. We've seen Kevin De Bruyne's curler just go wide. and then the sucker punch on the 83rd minute. Unreal by Sané. It was just, Manchester City have world-class players and Newcastle unfortunately don't. He's going past 3-4 players, twisting and turning, Megs Yedlin, and then he squares it to Aguero, who has a touch and fires it with his left foot at the corner. Game over. We did have a chance towards the end where Shelvey outside the boots it to Gale. Now, we'll see that from Rafa in a second, but spirited performance, you know, at least we don't have to play Manchester City. A lot of the other teams do. And just speaking of the other teams as well, a lot of the results went Newcastle's way. Well, I say a lot of the majority did. If we bring up the league table now, yes, it's still very tight in the league, but thankfully, we've only got a -2 goal difference after this result. And the league table is still tight, and we don't have to, as I stressed upon, a lot of these sides will have to go to Manchester City or play them at home. We haven't. We've now got one of the big boys twice out the way now, thank God. And, you know, we've only dented our goal difference by 3 goals over 2 games against them. So it's not too bad. You know, we've got a bit of time off now. We've got Burnley, I think it's on deadline day, Monday Night Football at St James's, which is an absolute joke if you ask me, playing football on deadline day. Player ratings videos are coming up shortly, but I just want to touch upon, I thought Paul Dummett was brilliant. Manchester City didn't go down their right side as much. There was mostly on the left flank. I think that's why Manquillo struggled. I think Murphy in particular, second half, grew in confidence, taking players on, took his goal well as well. On the negative, didn't see enough of Jonjo Shelvey. I would have liked to see him get on the ball, but you'll see on player ratings when I talk about that as well. Now let's get some match reaction from the Newcastle lot. Let's head over there.
Yeah, I think that we wanted to stay in the game, and we did it. The penalty was a little bit soft and changed everything. But sorry, but after when we scored, we had another couple of chances that could be very difficult for Manchester City. But they are a very good team. They have very good players, but they still, I think that our reaction was quite good, and we were expecting they will be attacking, and we have to defend well and play counter-attack, and we did it, and we did it well for a while.
Interesting. Right, okay, so at least we've got them out of the way, you know. Now, tomorrow we'll be looking back at the goals. We'll be analysing the goals as well, a little bit more in detail as well, so keep an eye out for that video as well. But that's been the review. Disappointing, of course, that we lost, but we expected that, to be fair. We'll knock this on its head. Let's move on to Burnley in the next league game, which is at home. See you later. Bye-bye.